So let's get real right now, okay?
Hey everybody, Happy New Year. I hope that everyone had a wonderful holiday and that you are looking forward to 2019. Wow, what a year 2018 has been for me. True ups and downs. Life definitely threw itself at me, but all in all, I have learned to look for the gratitude in everything and the lesson that can be learned through situations. And so I had my real mom on a mission last year that I was on and off with. True transparency. I was on and off with, and that was due to how I was handling life coming at me. And so one of the things that I promised myself for 2019, I'm not a huge fan of resolutions per se, but I am understanding the importance of setting goals and learning to keep commitments to yourself. And so one of the things that I have decided to do, not just for 2019, but from here on out, is to learn to be completely free of my own judgments, of my own insecurities, to always look to allow my truth to come through, and to not be worried about what the outside world thinks as well. To be clear of my intentions and of what I am looking to put out into the universe, to make sure that it's one of love, positivity, compassion, no judgment, but it's putting my best foot forward. And I realize that the place that I need to start is with shedding some skin. And so the video that's about to play is what happened with me yesterday. And hopefully it may even encourage or inspire you to shed some skin that you need to let off as well, to look for your truth, to not hold yourself back from your own thoughts, your own insecurities, or someone else's. So go for it, be great, because that's exactly what you are.
Okay, so I think I'm looking at this the wrong way. Hey guys, I am leaving my 27-week prenatal. Oh, do you know what type? What's the type of practice? Orthopedic. I'm not sure, but to save you a trip from going all the way in, there's a sign right there. I mean, I know that's where all of the different offices are, because that's the woman's hospital, so it's probably not there. You're welcome. I'm sorry. So let's get real right now, okay? 27 weeks pregnant. Haven't announced it to the world just yet, so here we go. And man, have I gone through my process. You know, some of you may have seen that I launched my Mom Away Retreats business, and I had my real mom on a mission. You know, me and my husband are doing Believe in Your Greatness. Yep, that's little Bambino. He's on his way. And oh man, the process has been an interesting one. Ups and downs, financial stuff. You know, people probably assume that because of the industry that my husband is in, he's an audio engineer, he goes on tours all around the world, he's been traveled, he brings us back magnets. So we have magnets on the refrigerator from Brazil and Africa, Argentina, and Egypt. Well, Egypt's in Africa, but different parts of Africa. He's been to South Africa, Egypt, you know, Monte Carlo, every state in the United States, Australia, like everywhere. He's been all over the place, right? He's worked with people like Lionel Richie and Mary J. Blige and Brandy and Monica and New Edition and SWV and CeeLo Green and Kool and the Gang and Blackstreet and Guy and En Vogue. And probably if you're a 80s baby, a 70s baby, any groups that you grew up listening to, he's probably worked with. And so, you know, has he had his experiences? Yes, absolutely. Have we been blessed to be able to meet wonderful people in the industry, see incredible shows? Even I've been able to travel a couple of times with him. Our kids have been blessed to be able to travel sometimes. All of those things, yes, those are true. However, there is this notion and misconception that because you have that life, that your pockets look like that. And that's just not necessarily the case. Now, with great financial planning and budgeting and all of that stuff, then yeah, you can, and leveraging, which is what we're learning to do now, leveraging where he is, then yeah, you can have a different scenario. But the reality is that we've been in grind mode, just like many of you who have other types of jobs where you do certain things. So it's not that things are coming easy to us or anything like that. And then, you know, life happens. So dealing with health issues within the family, dealing with, you know, health insurance. If you work for yourself, you're paying for your health insurance, and, you know, dealing with other situations with IRS, and dealing with things like car notes, bills, debt, all of the things that I'm sure many of us can relate to. And then being a parent, and then being married. There's all of these components that are ever changing, ever moving, and not to complain about it. They just were happening. And so through my process, I say all that to say that through my process, I have gotten to different spaces along my journey where I was heavily focused on something, namely my Mom Away retreat stuff, and then my Real Mom on a Mission. But I was unable at certain points of time to balance my drive for those things and navigating through life. And the first go around for me, I took that really hard. I took it, I let the fact that, I'm sorry, I'm just cracking my window. I let the fact that I didn't carry out things as I had planned last year. Well, actually the year before last, because we're in 2019 now. I let the fact that I didn't carry those things out cause me to doubt myself. I let it chip away at my confidence, and I let it chip away at my vision. And I'm thankful at this point for that, because what I'm also learning is you really got to appreciate your process. You really have to respect your journey, and you got to respect the ups and the downs that come, because there is something to be gained from every situation, I believe. So what I learned was that I really needed to do some more developing on me. And so kind of by default, I ended up in a situation where I started to really, I was already on a journey, with just looking for opportunities for growth, but it just became really intense. And it became intense not because, I spent a whole bunch of money going somewhere or hiring a trainer or whatever. It became intense because my intentions changed with it. And I began to look for ways that I could really push myself internally to evaluate who I was. Because what I also learned is that many people, myself included, I'll speak for myself. I didn't know who I was. You as moms can probably relate to this a lot. We realize that once you become a mom, there are components of you that you really let go of, and I thought that I was just trying to rediscover me and rediscover, like, find the me that already existed. And to some degree I am. But it's bigger and deeper than that. It's actually realizing that a part of who you even thought you were, that wasn't even who I really, really was. It was who I was according to what people had told me, what I had grown up to believe about myself, what I had not believed about myself. But when it really, really came down to who am I couldn't answer that question with new data or old data. Now you use old data in order to figure that out, and that's where having, I do have a coach helping me and a team now. But that's where I realized it all was. And so here we are, right? Okay, so I started with, I'm in my 27th week. The holiday season was tough. It was tough. Financially, it was tough. In the world of music, especially audio engineering, I'll speak on that. The fourth quarter, November, December, tough months, because a lot of times everybody's done touring. They're kind of taking off and getting ready for the new year. And that makes it tough if you didn't plan accordingly, because, well, what happens in November and in December? You got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, depending on if you celebrate it. It's a lot of stuff financially that happens. And Joe and I had to really, really test ourselves this year. We even got to the point where we were trying to push back Christmas. We've done this before with the kids, but they were younger. We tried to push back Christmas because we just knew how much of a strain it would be. We got hit with a lot of unexpected things, like literally my husband hit a deer and we now have to replace our car. Health insurance policies changed for us, so doing a new policy is a little it's just a lot of stuff shifted. And the only reason we couldn't change the date of Christmas is because my kids, they play with their friends in the neighborhood, and their friends were doing a countdown. So, I mean, it was trifling a little bit for us. I homeschool my kids. I didn't even put up the calendar for the month of December because I didn't want them to know when Christmas was coming. I'm being real. And this is a part of this video. I have decided that I'm not sharing enough. I'm not. For worry and fear of what somebody might think. And I can't care about that anymore because I'm going for it. So, and I don't want anybody to, I want people to be able, those who can relate, I want them to know that there's someone out there that can relate with them. Especially if you're in a situation where people perceive that your situation is more or better than what it really might be at the moment. This is for encouragement. This is not for empathy, sympathy, woe is me. None of that. I'm not in that space, but I got to be completely real. So we realized we not had to. I mean, we could have been like, all right, kids, we're not going to do Christmas, but we decided we didn't want to do that. So we figured it out. And so after that, it was, all right, Carrie, maybe it's time for you to go get a job. Now, the reason that I don't have a job is not because I don't want one. It's because of the circumstances in which we were in when I lost my job. We thought that it made more sense for me to stay home with the kids instead of like going to find a job and basically be paying for daycare. And that worked for a little while. But what I realized, and what my husband now realizes about me, is that I'm not stay-at-home mom girl. I mean, I can stay at home, but I'm not Susie Homemaker. No offense to you, Susie. But I need my stuff. I need my space. I need to earn my income. I'm one of those types of women. And for the past couple of weeks, I've been going through some things because we're doing a part in our sessions where we're discovering our values, our self-values, who we really are, our boundaries. I've been working a lot on my confidence and commitment to myself. So getting my schedule in order was big for me. Getting my goals down was big for me. And so I had this rhythm that I was going to start focus real heavily on business, my entrepreneur stuff. And then this financial component just kept weighing on me. And so now I'm in this mode of, all right, I need to go find a job. No offense to anybody who has a job. I need to go find a job. Yeah, but I'm 27 weeks pregnant. Who's going to hire me right now? My husband's about to go on tour. How's this going to work? So I'm sitting thinking that I'm supposed to be battling this mode of, all right, Carrie, you can figure this out. You can make this happen. But I'm not realizing that I'm pushing down the possibility of what I can really do if I just focus on what I had set out to all along. And so as I'm sitting here, I had to get my glucose testing today. And you have to take your test at a certain time. And so while I was waiting, I watched a video by Ed Milet. And he's basically saying, you know, people need to stop telling kids to be patient and just go. They need to go for it and all this stuff. And he's like, you know, my parents, nobody gave me a business. I didn't start on second or third base. I started from scratch and I decided what I wanted. And I was at this level by this age and this level by that age or whatever. And as I'm walking out, I'm sitting here and at first I'm thinking like, okay, all right, so what am I going to do regarding a job today? And then I said, girl, no. You are going to go home and you are going to look at the goals that you have and you're going to push them out. You're going to push them out. You can't quit on those. Okay. You were cool with attacking your goals when things were okay. And the minute that things were not okay, you tossed your goals to the side and you went back to what you knew to be safe. And not to say a job is safe because I lost mine, but you went to what you knew to be safe. And you tossed your goals to the side. All the work you were just doing on discovering and all of this stuff and prioritizing and all of this stuff that you were doing a few weeks ago, you're about to toss to the side because times got hard. That's what you're about to do. You're working on self-confidence. You're working on self-esteem. You're working on building your commitment to yourself. And the minute that the waves start to get a little bit heavier, the minute that the climate changes a little bit, you retreat. Do you really have what it takes, Carrie? Do you really have what it takes? Ty Lopez, he started his business with $40-something to his name. I'm not going to tell you how many dollars I have to my name, but right now, it's really not a lot. It's not. And I used to be afraid to say that because I was afraid of what people would think of me. But I don't care anymore because I'm more concerned with what I think of me. And as long as you have these multiple existences of yourself emulating in the world, then how can you ever really just be you and do what you need to do? So why am I leaving this video? I'm leaving this video as a true confession, but more importantly, to encourage you, viewer, hopefully friend, if you're still watching, that Don't quit on you. Regardless of how tough the times get, regardless of how uncomfortable you may feel, don't quit on you. And again, this isn't, every entrepreneurship might not be for everybody, or the way that one person takes is not the way somebody else takes. So this has nothing to do with do it the way I'm attempting to do it the way no, it's just be careful of how easily you may be tossing your vision, goals, beliefs, aspirations, dreams, whatever you want to, be careful of how quickly you may be turning them aside, putting them aside because of your circumstances, your current circumstances, your temporary circumstances, because that's all that they are. That's all that they are. Have I been transparent with you guys through my videos thus far? Absolutely. Never lied in my videos or anything like that. But have I honestly shed everything that I feel I should be? No, I haven't. And I feel good now that I'm in a space where I'm comfortable shedding, because I need to shed that so that I can get to the new me. So as always, thank you so much for journeying with me, and I look forward to continuing to let y'all know about my shedding process. Have a great one. Bye.